Hey guys, it's your favorite Donabot here, and welcome to a all-new remake of an original series I had. What if Monster X was in Ben 10? Now, this will be replacing What if Goliath was in Ben 10 because, again, this was the original series, and I was no longer feeling like What if Goliath was in Ben 10 was, suiting what I really wanted. So, without further ado, let us begin. And believe it or not, this is actually going to take place during the first half and after season 1 of Alien Force. So without further ado, let's begin. Starting off with the lore. This takes place in the Andromeda Galaxy, where we see the map maker from that episode where the Ferrarites actually had an alien dragon return back to his home world. It's lush, beautiful, a jungle and technological civilization here, where dragons and a few other species are now on this planet. And well, the map maker arrives a bit confused here. He sees other aliens here. Some of them are also going to be in Ben's Omnitrix very soon. Amphibians, water hazards, energies, terraspins, and armadillos. And well, all of them are just interacting, mingling with the dragons, as well as a few other aliens in the known Andromeda system, even other Tetramans. So, this is where he actually lands his ship and is actually escorted by the guards. A mixture of all the races together, to which the map maker is a bit confused. What's going on? Why are there other species? To which this is where another guard, one of the head dragons, actually addresses that their king has actually done it. Their new king, I should say, Lord Kaisa. To which the map maker goes, Kaisa, the prince? Or, well, now the king. I mean, no disrespect. So his father gave him the throne. To which the royal guard says, indeed, and he would actually like to see you. To which this is where the map maker heads to the throne room and actually sees his wife and child, with Kaiser sitting on the throne, a little bit bored, if you will, here. You see, when he took over the Andromeda Galaxy here, he was looking for a fight as well here. However, with most of the races not being able to provide strong warriors, he kind of just took it over very easily. And so, for a long time, he's been just craving a decent fight. Something that could actually test his powers and capabilities more than anything. And so, when he sees the map maker, he actually looks at him with not only boredom, but there's a little bit of hope in his eyes. And he actually asks him, "Where have you been?" To which the map maker begins to explain. He was captured by the Forever Knights, these humans with advanced or somewhat advanced tech. Obviously, I'm still here, so that means their tech wasn't working. To which Kaiser simply grips his throne tightly. And well, this causes not only the guards to look in fear, but even the map maker, even his wife and child look in fear. And this is where Kaiser says, "You were captured by those lowly earthlings with alien tech, you say?" To which he says yes. However, Kaiser makes sure to note that he is not angry with the map maker, merely frustrated that another, planet has alien tech. And well, they haven't bothered to inform him that one of his most loyal subjects and someone important to his empire has been taken. To which this is where the map maker notes that, well, it is very possible that the plumbers didn't know. To which this is where Kaiser narrows his look and actually stands over the dragon. Now, again, I wouldn't say Kaiser is as big as the alien dragon here. However, he is more in a floating position than anything, considering the sheer fact that one of Kaiser Ghidorah's or Monster X's main abilities is levitation. So Kaiser is in more of a dominant position, and well, considering that his family were literally all powerful dragon gods themselves here, yeah, he is quite scary. To which the map maker says he means no disrespect, to which Kaiser says he'll decide whether or not he was disrespectful. And so when the map maker actually looks at him with fear, Kaiser simply laughs and says that he's not going to harm him. Matter of fact, he's going to elevate his position. to actually being his own map maker. To which the dragon actually, or the map maker himself, is actually a bit starstruck or a little confused, wondering what that entails. To which he says, you will be the, basically, if he could put it into words, a teacher of sorts. He tells him that you will be able to teach everyone here about the wonders of the universe, old and now new. To which he says you will be spending time with your family a lot more, and you will not be leaving this planet until further notice. To which the map maker actually bows his head and is actually excited to spend time with his family. To which he bows and does make a mention of Ben Tennyson being one to help him with the artifact known as the Omnitrix. And this gives a very dark grin on Kaiser's face here. To which he says the Omnitrix, the most powerful weapon in the universe. Into which, the map maker looks at him like, yeah. And this is where Kaiser simply states, finally, a worthy opponent. This Ben Tennyson will give me what I've desired. To which he says, go and be with your family. He has many preparations to do here. Now fast forward, and I would probably say this is about after the hybrid invasion is done here. During this time here, Kaiser has been simply reinforcing his empire, making deals here and there where he can, and well, one of the few empires that does try to invade him were the incursions. Kaiser was able to pretty much put an end to that very quickly. Then there was also the likes of Agrigor, who tried to come into his galaxy a lot earlier than the original. And well, Kaiser simply thrashed him and made sure he would not come back. Not killing him, but let's just say Waybig's not the only one that can throw somebody into orbit. If not, flat out of the galaxy entirely. Crazy, ain't it? Then we have now the episode where it all begins. When Vilgax actually comes to Earth. Or, better yet, let me rephrase that. When Vilgax defeats Ultima. And so, when he's done draining his powers and Siphon tells him, what will you do next, my lord? And this is where Vilgax simply says to go to Earth and take the Omnitrix. However, before Vilgax can even, begin to make preparations to leave here, Kaiser simply slams down right in front of him in view. And this is where Vilgax is a bit taken aback, and he says, Lord Kaiser, what brings you here to my galaxy? I thought we had a deal. He says, yes, we did. The deal was pretty simple, wasn't it? You are not to invade anything I deem my property or my fun. To which this is where Vilgax says, you don't mean, and Kaiser simply smiles and begins to circle Vilgax. Obviously, Vilgax is a bit taller in this one here, but Kaiser's not too far off. And this is where Kaiser says, yes, simply whipping his tail against the ground. He wants to be the one to fight against Ben Tennyson. He wants to see if this boy has what it takes to finally give him a decent fight. To which Vilgax says, wait, what? You can't. Tennyson's mine. He's my vengeance. And this is where Kaiser flicks Vilgax. Flicks him so hard that he not only goes flying, but makes a massive crater in the ground. And again, Kaiser's not trying at the moment. And this is where Vilgax gets up, astonished, starstruck, and more than anything, scared. And this is where he says, you think you can just do that? To which Kaiser simply stands over Vilgax and says, yes, I can. And he gives him this more dark and sinister grin. And Vilgax tries to use his eye blast on him, but Kaiser simply flicks his finger and the blast go in another direction. Vilgax tries to get up and use the gauntlet on his wrist to try and overpower him, but Kaiser simply catches it, and then simply with the, I guess you could say the middle and thumb, simply flips Vilgax over and slams him. And he says something very telling. If he punches Vilgax, it's not going to be pretty. To which Vilgax, not giving up, draws his sword and tries to slam it on Kaiser, trying to cut him in half. However, this is where Kaiser actually utilizes his tail and disarms Vilgax effortlessly, wrapping his tail around his wrist and pretty much just squeezing it till he lets go. And this is where Kaisa says, well, you were warned. And this is where he simply balls up his fist and hits Vilgax so hard that he creates a shockwave that shakes the entire planet and launches Vilgax right through his own power generator or power stealing device or whatever. And well, not only knocks him out, but he looks mauled viciously just from that one punch alone. And so, with that being said here, he then turns to Siphon, and he simply looks at him with a smile. Not a menacing one, but one that's very telling. And then he tells Siphon something very simple and very easy here. Do not let me find you, your drones, or your master, or any member of his species on Earth. Okay? To which Siphon nods in a more, scared and frantic manner and says, yes, Lord Kaiser, yes, I will obey. To which he says, great. Now, do be a good pet and fetch your master. To which Kaiser simply flies off and, well, Vilgax actually, Siphon actually goes and tends to his master's wounds. To which Vilgax says if he's going after Ben, I pray for the Tennysons. And this is where we actually see Ben casually chilling out with Gwen and Kevin, celebrating the hybrid invasion is over with here. And so, with that being said here, everything kind of starts off a bit light for them, Nothing happens, everything goes smoothly. Sure, they might have to stop a villain every now and then, but it's a very progressive day. However, this is where a golden meteor can be seen from outer space. It's Kaiser, moving fast, moving quickly as well here. And so when the plumbers actually pick this up here, they hopefully are able to deter it by creating an electromagnetic signal drawing in the meteor, or in this case, Kaiser. To which when Max and the others are prepared with their weapons here, Kaiser stops midway before even making contact with Max and pretty much just stops mere inches from his face and disperses the golden energy and pretty much reveals himself, saying, hi Max, it's been a while. By the way, where's your grandson? To which Max is a little bit, scared. Something that he's never been in a while. And this is a new form of scared here. And this is where Kaiser says, oh yes, the last time I was here, it wasn't very pretty. But I've grown. I've matured slightly. But you see, I've grown bored. You see, I've united my kingdom. I've united my galaxy. But I simply demand a challenge, if you will. And this is where he actually begins to circle around Max. And, well, we see the clear size difference. He's bigger. Not, towering, but definitely bigger. And so this is where he simply tells Max that he wants Ben Tennyson to fight him. Fight him with all of his resolve. No holding back, no matter what. And if he does not give him his challenge, then Kaiser will simply, I don't know, conquer the planet. You see, he came for something, and he's not leaving with simply nothing. To which, this is where we see the Plumbers kids. Cooper, Helen, Manny, and Alan all stand ready to attack here. And this is where Manny says they're not giving to any of his demands, to which Max tells him to be quiet. However, Manny, being obviously, the big, dumb, brutish jerk that he is here, actually eggs Kaiser on, telling him that he has no right to demand anything from anyone. To which Kaiser, understanding that this one is the hothead of the group, even more so than the Pyro Knights, goads Manny, saying that, what? You wanna fight me, big boy? To which Manny says, yeah, he actually does. To which Manny jumps at him, and well, Kaiser simply flicks him, but this time in a more playful manner. He flicks Manny back, and Manny, well, is a bit stunned here. And he says, don't play with me. To which Kaiser says, give him a reason not to. To which Manny grabs 4 chunks of large rocks out of the ground and throws them. However, Kaiser does not block. He does not deflect. He simply walks through it. And each one, in a slow motion fashion, breaks off of his face here. And this is where, well, Manny's a bit shocked. And as Kaiser continues to walk towards him here, Manny tries to wail on him. And he tries to hit him with everything he has, over and over and over again. And Kaiser lets these blows connect. And well, he simply looks at Manny unimpressed and bored. And this is where he lifts his hand, brings it around to his shoulder, and bitch slaps Manny. And I mean, when this is the greatest pimp hand you'll ever seen, this will make a pimp named Slickback jealous. Alright? So Manny not only gets pimp slapped so hard that he goes skidding across the ground, he's knocked out. This is where Helen rushes over to her brother, and well, he's knocked out. Not as mauled as Vilgax, but knocked out. This is where Cooper actually utilizes any tech in the area to try and restrain Kaiser. However, Kaiser simply flexes. Not even a muscle. Just a simple finger. And well, Cooper's restraints are gone. He then simply looks at the boy, and well, Cooper is simply frightened. Horrified even. He didn't think that someone would be this powerful. And so Kaiser pulls a Dragon Ball Z moment and just taps Cooper on the forehead, knocking him out. This leaves Alan. Alan tries to use a full power Inferno Blast to, well, engulf him. However, this is where Kaiser does something rather unsettling. He swallows the fire, pretty much absorbing it and, well, drinking it even. And this is where we actually see his body glow. And this is where he points something out. Pyronite fire is energy still, so it's not going to affect him at all. And with a little more than just a flick of the wrist, he uses a gravitational manipulation to lift Alan and smack him all around on the ground repeatedly like he's nothing more than a pancake. Imagine a Pokemon using Psychic, but they do it repeatedly. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen here. So, with that being said here, everyone except Helen is knocked out here. To which, this is where Max says that's enough, and this is where Kaiser simply turns to him. Okay then, he's going to sit here and wait. You have an hour to get Ben Tennyson here before I lose my patience. And so, this is where Max tells Helen to go ahead and run. To which Helen does exactly that. Zooming along, and well, it doesn't take her too long to where she finds Ben, Gwen, and Kevin drinking smoothies, chilling out after successfully taking down Dr. Animo. And well, this is where they actually see Helen's more worried and frantic face here. And she's telling them that she needs their help. She needs their help now. There's this prince, king, well, he's just so powerful, and this is where Gwen simply calms her down, and then Helen begins to explain. And she turns to Ben and says that they have an hour to appear. She needs him to fight him now, and you can't hold back. He's just powerful. Like, you don't understand. He is vastly more powerful than you think. To which Ben says, okay, he'll meet this challenge. However, this one Kevin notes that you might be a little overconfident on this one. To which Ben says, he's faced down far worse. And now with them by his side, well, he can do simply anything. And this is where Helen says he doesn't want to fight anyone else here. We all tried and we got thrashed. And this is where Ben says, well, no disrespect, but you're not the greatest hero in the universe. To which this is where Helen simply points out that King Kaiser is the most dangerous creature in the entire universe. To which Ben says, cool, the most powerful weapon versus the most powerful creature. What more could a hero want? And so, within 30 minutes, Ben actually arrives with Jet Ray, to which Kaiser is at the moment using his gravity manipulation to actually play with the bodies of Cooper, Manny, and, Alan here, simply spinning them around in the circle as if they were a Ferris wheel. To which he then notices Ben and Max talking. To which Max simply says, no matter what you do, give him at least a good fight. If not, win. But again, just give him a good fight. To which Ben says, no worries. He's not only going to give him a fight, but he's going to make sure that he wins it here. To which this is where Ben actually starts off his transformation with Humongosaur, telling him that you picked the wrong planet to mess with. To which Kaiser simply drops all three of them and then simply turns to Ben and cracks his knuckles, saying that he hopes that you can back up what you say. And so he and Ben rush at each other, and soon as they start swinging, Humongosaur is overpowered in the first fist clash. To which this is where Kaiser goads Ben, telling him that better have been all your strength. Otherwise, he's going to be here very, very disappointed. And we wouldn't want that, right? To which Ben grows in size, and Humongosaur tries to land more blows. However, Kaiser simply stops him with 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers, and then with the entirety of the palm of his hand. And he says that, really, Ben? This is all this alien has to offer? And then he simply backfists Humongosaur's chin and sends him flying into the ground. This is where Ben actually then turns into Jet Ray and then speed blitzes right at Kaiser at max speed. And this actually goes into hyperspeed, mind you. So Jet Ray should be invisible to the naked eye. However, this is where Kaiser does something that Kevin and Gwen didn't even think of. He simply clotheslines Jet Ray and simply takes him out of hyperspeed. And so Jet Ray is simply battered, like just straight up, like he hurt himself. And so Ben actually utilizes every part of his body to blast at Kaiser. However, this is where Kaiser's eyes glow pretty much, yellow here, and actually does his optic gravity beams, to which he says that he didn't need to use this, but he wants this to be the most fun possible. And so, with that being said here, these overtake Jet Ray, just straight up knocking him out of this transformation. And so, Ben has no other choice but to switch to Cannonball, and he rolls at him full speed, only for Kaiser to crack his fist with electricity and punch Cannonball back. However, when Ben comes down for another run or rolls around for another go, he does it again and again and again, to where Ben actually looks like he damaged himself once again, and Cannonbolt has dents in his armor. Ben doesn't know what to do at this point except go into his heavy hitter list and selects Diamond Head. And so Diamond Head actually does put up a decent fight. However, when he tries to use a more Terra-like manipulation trying to slam crystals on Kaiser, Kaiser simply uses his gravitational manipulation to simply stop it, and then reverse this attack onto Diamond Head. And so basically beating Diamond Head at his own game. And he says this to Ben. For someone with the Omnitrix, he expected a lot more from him. Don't you have something as like a Toku star or something? To which this is where he actually steps on Ben and actually begins to poke the Omnitrix, trying to transform him into something that at least seems fair. However, as he keeps cycling through the list, he finally gets what he wants, the Toku star, way big. To which Ben actually is able to grab him, and he tries to throw him off, but he can't move his arm. He doesn't understand why. He tries both his arms, but he can't move him. He's trying to push, throw, even lift him, but he can't. to which this is where Ben actually feels a pain in his hands. And so when Ben's grip is forcefully released here, Kaiser has Way Big in a pinch, basically pinching the nerves in his hands, causing Way Big to let go. And so this is where he simply tosses Way Big up into the air, and then with a full force gravity blast, knocks Way Big and knocks Ben out. And so that's where we're going to leave it off here, you guys. Everyone is shocked. Everyone is stunned that Ben got destroyed, and he tried everything he could. But that's going to be all today, you guys. Please comment down below, like and subscribe and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.